back row, but put your right hand on your left wrist in the back row. Right hand, left wrist, everybody's the same. Watch your hairs coming across. Thank you. Okay, everybody look this way, please. Looking right here. Close your eyes, open them on 3. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Close your eyes. 3. Hands up. 1, 2, 3. Again, relax. Hands up. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Arms together again. 1, 2, 3. Bring your chins up. Chins up. Chins up.
March will start at promptly, fingers crossed, at 12:30. So you're more than welcome to hang out here or hang out outside. It's up to you. We're just getting everybody finished with lunch. hang out in here because it's a little cooler. Mother Nature's cooperating with. Those are all kids up there.
Welcome to the 105th Annual Class Day. Today is a day of reminiscing, a bittersweet goodbye, but a much anticipated hello to the next chapter of our lives. We would not be able to stand here on stage today without the help of our village, our friends, family, loved ones, teachers, faculty, staff, classmates, coaches, and the Chazy community. Each has helped us in ways words cannot express. On behalf of the senior class, to everyone who has gotten us here to this moment, thank you. We are here to see the good in our years at CCRS. Today has been a long time coming. As humans, we can get caught up in the negative aspects of our lives. So as we look back, I challenge everyone here to find and see the good throughout your life. For the underclassmen, I challenge you to see the good at your time here at Chazy and the years beyond. Thank you for coming to celebrate the now, because the rest is still Thank you for joining us, the class of 2024, as we begin our celebration and seeing the good.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Let's look back at some of the shared moments in the history of the class of 2024. Kindergarten. This year, our teachers were Mrs. Rovers and Mrs. Spoon. We were joined by Avery Bocart,
It's hard to soar with the eagles when you're surrounded by chickens.
Gabrielle Braun, Lexi Clark,
Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain.
Kaden Columbus,
No mistakes made, valuable lessons learned.
Chase Dickerson,
I'm not lazy. I'm just highly motivated to do nothing.
Evan Dwyer,
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Samantha Gagnola Fountain,
Don't yuck someone's yum.
Alexia Hanyor,
I don't always graduate, but when I do, it's barely.
Jordan Juno,
What are you talking me?
Audrey Langlois,
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
Julia Lynch, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach the stars and change the world. Dylan McAfee,
It's time to turn the dial.
Ava McCullough,
You must do the things you think you cannot do.
Peyton McIntyre,
I'm about to go out and about.
Haley Reynolds.
I walk around like everything's fine, but deep down inside my shoe, my sock's sliding off.
Robert Trombley.
The whole world is a figment of cognition. What one sees and feels, those who would shape reality, that would give it infinite potential.
Cassidy Turek.
No one ever said it would be easy. They just promised to be worth it.
Isabella Wisniewski.
Eat whatever you want, and if someone tries to lecture about your weight, eat them too.
This year, our field trips were to Applejack's Orchard, Minor Farm, Meadowbrook, and Point Rush. Julia always had a smile on her face, but she also had some cut, pain, mark, or invisible boo-boo she had to tell you about. In the spring, we sang TTYLXOX, talk to you later, love, hugs and kisses, anytime we could. You could say it was the class song. One day, at recess, Ava and a classmate were playing tag. Ava was offered a quarter if she would stop running so fast. Dylan and Samantha were the classroom mother hens. Both were very helpful to their friends, but especially concerned when a friend cried. Lexi, Kaden, and Gabby were best of friends and danced together outside every recess. Julia, Izzy, and Lexi were part of a seniors project, and they learned how to Irish dance. The three continued to Irish dance for years after that. 3 classmates wore glasses that year. Audrey wanted to be a part of this club. She said her glasses from Claire's helped her to see. In fact, she told the nurse she couldn't take the eye exam because she didn't have her glasses. The nurse called Mom asking that Audrey have her glasses so she could take the eye exam the next day. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Tess Blair.
First grade. This year, our teachers were Mrs. Pupor and Mrs. Woods. For minor day, we visited the Little Red Schoolhouse. Audrey and Dylan secretly held hands during story time. In October, we went to the Chazy Orchards and toured the factory. We were served cookies and cider. Robbie snagged a cinnamon apple donut. We were the first class ever to pick apples right off the tree. During the end of the day procedures in mid-October, we were to be reading books, but we did more chatting than reading. There were a set of books that Robbie loved. Every day, he made sure the books were in ABC order, saying, "The others drive me bananas when they get mixed up." He would then say, "I need a drink," and went to the water fountain. Our play this year was Character Matters, and it was a huge hit. Evan played the lead, the prince. While making Father's Day cards, Audrey told Mrs. Parker she was using the snail stencil because her daddy was very, very, very slow. Julia always had a smile that lit up the room. Evan and Chase were buddies. May 7th was Mrs. Wood's birthday. She brought in ice cream, chocolate-covered drumsticks. They were a huge hit. During the conversation, Audrey announced that when she dies, she wanted her mom to bury her at Craigie's. In June, we went to the 1812 homestead. We made candles and biscuits with maple syrup. We also went to the basement where they used to hide slaves on the Underground Railroad and were told the place was haunted. We were the last class to have Mrs. Woods as a first grade teacher. She wrote in our history that she came to love first grade and that she was privileged to be able to see how much little people grow in a year, and to be a part of it. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Raina Booton.
Second grade. This year, our teachers were Miss Tuesday Barcone and Miss Langley. Our field trips this year included the Echo Museum in Burlington and the Teddy Bear Factory. We wrote letters to relatives with Flat Stanley in all 50 states and marked our map when we heard back. Flat Stanley went all over the United States, even Hawaii. We also learned to write in cursive and wrote letters to soldiers. We studied many topics this year, including the War of 1812, tall tales, the solar system, weather, ancient China, and Greek civilization. When studying the solar system, we made the phases of the moon with Oreos. We had dogs come in every Friday to read with us. We always look forward to these mornings. We did brain breaks where we danced to videos. We loved to watch Miss Langley's dance and try to keep up. Chase was our funny man this year. Alexia drew My Little Pony characters on the tarmac at recess. Miss Barcome's class wrote a picture book about what we wanted to be when we grew up. Audrey wanted to be a famous hip-hop dancer, Sam wanted to be a teacher, Dylan wanted to be a famous football player, Evan wanted to be a wrestler, Cassie wanted to be a librarian, Lexi wanted to be an Irish dancer, Kaden wanted to be a pilot, Jordan wanted to be a firefighter, Alexi wanted to be a vet, and Julia wanted to be a nurse. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Evan Dwyer.
Third grade. This year, our teachers were Mr. Dubry and Mrs. Favreau. This year, we were joined by Taylor Lewis.
Strong and wrong, not weak and weird.
Robbie thought a deciduous tree was a coconut tree because it was delicious. Ava and Taylor tied themselves together with a scarf so they could sit next to each other for assemblies. Our field trips this year included the Minor Tomb, seeing slapstick science, and going to Ausable Castle. The rat ride was very rough this year. Audrey was not happy about this. Mrs. Langlois and Mrs. Fraggle got soaked while Mr. Dubry stayed dry and nestled in between them. Taylor was missed talk all the time. One day, Audrey asked a classmate what she was wearing to school the following day. Mrs. Favreau was joking around and asked Dylan what he was going to wear. His reply was innocent, nothing. Everyone bursted out laughing. When playing Social Studies Jeopardy, the question was, which English explorer first settled in Jamestown? Ava piped up and replied, LeBron James. This was a difficult year because we had to deal with the death of our classmate, Kayla LaBarge, who passed away from brain cancer. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Audrey Langlois.
Fourth grade. This year, our teachers were Mr. Tregan and Mrs. Walsh. Our class was Mr. Tregan's first year teaching. Kickball was a big hit during recess. This year, our field trips included visiting the Alice T. Minor Museum on Minor Day, skiing Titus Mountain, seeing the ballet at Midsummer Night's Dream at Hawkins Hall, and having lunch afterwards at the pond, and touring Fort Ticonderoga. When we went skiing at Titus Mountain, everyone had a great time despite the cold weather. Gabby was the first one down the bunny slope. Our class did poetry in the arts for the first time. We read Paul Revere's Ride, Bella's Umbrella, Smart, and many more poems. We did Mother Goose on the Loose with first grade and ice cream shop with instruments. Lexi, Ava, and Dylan would always try to score a basket on Mr. Tregan. It would take them all recess, but if they scored, he would give them M&Ms. We read Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes and made origami cranes. We also read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which we all loved. We built a wigwam and a longhouse with sticks, twine, and paper bags to represent animal skins after reading The Sign of the Beaver. One day after school, Lexi and Katie got the sudden urge to make maple syrup. They proceeded to drive Katie's golf cart around her yard, collecting sap from trees with their bare hands. When they went inside to try and cook it, they were told no. They had sap stuck on their hands for days. Dylan was a real ladies' man. Jordan was not. Mrs. Walsh loved junior mints and made all her spelling sentences about them 1 week. Cassidy farted in Mr. Tregan's class, and he said it smelled so bad he had to crack a window, which he did. The whole class broke out in laughter. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Cassidy Turek.
Grade. This year our teachers were Miss Lemaire and Miss Sutherland. This year we were joined by Chance Mayo.
If you're going to be dumb, you better be tough.
This year our field trips included the Shelburne Museum and visiting Minor Farm twice. We were able to put our arm in a cow's stomach, so did Miss Lemaire. We enjoyed our Halloween party and parade. Audrey and Julia both dressed up as Star Wars characters. Julia was Princess Leia and Audrey was Rey. Miss Sutherland quickly moved back to the topic at hand, which was volcanoes. Caden's agenda always smelled like lavender, and we all liked to sniff it. During science, Taylor pointed out that Miss Sutherland forgot a detail because of the menopause. When questioned, Taylor said, "You know, when you forget everything, menopause." Everyone decided Taylor meant Alzheimer's. One day after school, Ava and Lexi prank called Domino's. Once the call ended, they got scared and called back and apologized. They said their little sister accidentally got their phone and they pretended to yell at her while on the phone. Jordan, Taylor, Luke, and Gabby all loved to talk. Haley watched out for everyone else in class this year. She sometimes even got herself into trouble for talking in class, but it was always over helping others. Peyton told hilarious My Family stories that cracked everyone up. We had a GoFundMe page to raise money for standing and whiteboard desks. After reading Esperanza Rising, we had a Mexican fiesta complete with a piñata. We had so much food left that we ate it for 2 days. Miss Lemaire introduced her class to the music of Tina Turner. Simply the Best could often be heard in her room. Ava was even caught by her dad having her Barbies dance to it at home. Gabby talked often about her butterflies and cats. This was the year of bottle flipping, fidget spinners, and dabbing. Avery, Dylan, and Evan always played Uno at lunch. When they ate lunch with Miss Lemaire, they made her play too. One day, during gym, Dylan's pants went missing. No one knew where they went, and Dylan was very upset. Miss Lemaire questioned Avery that maybe he put the wrong pants on since he left gym early to participate in a different activity. He said, no, he was wearing his own pants. Students went to lunch, Dylan wearing his shorts, only to come back laughing because Avery did actually put on Dylan's pants, but didn't notice. Miss Lemaire was hysterical as Avery's pants were tan and the ones he put on, Dylan's, were navy blue sweats. Our presentation this year was Everything We Love About CCRS. We made a slideshow and sang Happy by Pharrell. We also celebrated the 100th year of CCRS. I will now turn the meeting over to my friend and classmate, Lexi Clark.
Sixth grade. This year, our teachers were Miss Gushlat and Miss Lambert. This year, we were joined by Tess Blair,
I'm not short, I'm just a giant in disguise.
and Abigail Bushy.
At 17, you don't think about life, you just live it.
We got Chromebooks in October. We were so proud to carry them around. We used Google Hangouts to see Spain while Miss Lambert was there. We went to Poke McCready in the fall where we hiked Rattlesnake Mountain and did the ropes course as a team building activity. This hike was a first for some of us. We put on the first PBIS Assembly of the year and created CCRS News to share important school events with the community. Every Thursday, Katie, Evan, Lexi, Ava, and Dylan would ride Tina's bus home and play Truth or Dare. These resulted in Katie and Evan fighting with drumsticks and many people licking the bus floor. We celebrated the 2018 Olympics with own classroom Olympics during social studies with tongue twisters and memory games. We gave a presentation about being kind after reading Wonder and did biddable projects with the class of 2028. Miss Lambert had Man Law, where boys had to give up his chair for a girl or let a girl go first. The girls loved this. Taylor, Ava, and Audrey had a burial service for the class plant Greenie. This year was the year of flossing. Miss Christy Barcom worked in our room this year, but left to become the guidance office secretary. We missed her a lot. Miss Basso took over. She was full of energy, just like Miss Barcom. One day, Ava came back from the bathroom with a very shocked face. When she asked what was wrong, she replied, "A little girl stuck her head under the stall and said hello." Ava said the first thing that came to mind, "Hello, you should go back to class now." In May, we went to Environmental Field Day at the Clinton County Fairgrounds. In June, we went back to Poke-McCready. We all had a blast on the low ropes course and then either hiked Poke-Moonshine, climbed the Crux, or went canoeing on Long Pond. The day was full of happiness and fun. We put on the fun day with the theme Blast to the Past. The t-shirt design was done by Sarah and Lexi. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Samantha Gagnon. Seventh grade. Ava tried to bribe Mr. Hunter to marry her aunt. Mr. Thompson picked Chase up during math class to demonstrate volume. Taylor got a bloody nose. Ava said she would die because of it. When walking into the band room on Thursday, February 28th, Miss Wise noticed many confused faces as the announcement on the board read, "No school Friday 29th, 30th, and 31st. Enjoy your days off." It was her early April Fools to us. Chase often said $1 a day keeps the ADHD away. We wrote and published a book, writing our own original poems. We spent many ELA periods in the library computer lab making our book. We had fun at the premiere party the day our books arrived. Gabby's mom made us a customized cake with our book cover on it. 8th grade. This year, we were joined by Shiloh Carroll.
You should never feel afraid to become a piece of art. It's exhilarating.
Zamir Foster.
Uzi carry the boats and the logs.
And Yasmin Lawrence.
I've learned that people will forget what you did, but will never forget how you made them feel.
Robbie dyed his hair black with spray paint on Halloween, and everyone thought it was permanent. Avery and Chance had a dance party in every English class. TikTok became the thing, and we put a TikTok dance segment into our winter weekend skit. We placed second for our snow sculpture, tied with the 7th grade for spirit, and placed third in the talent show. While watching a movie in French class before Christmas break, many girls developed a crush on one of the characters. During a varsity boys basketball game, Audrey, Sarah, and Sam dared Tess to go get a Bokeh Valley modified boys basketball player's Snapchat for money. Sam said she would give Tess $7. Tess came back with 2 Instagrams and 2 Snapchats, but never got her $7. Evan put on a face mask for the first time, but he didn't realize that he would have to peel it off. He spent 30 minutes in pain peeling it off. In English class, Mr. Pichette's homeroom made Mrs. Barclay sign a contract saying she would give us ice cream. The contract said, I, Mrs. Barclay, hereby pinky promise Mr. Pichette's homeroom, graduates of 2024, that at some point during the year of 2019 to 2020, we will have ice cream in my classroom. Ms. Barclay didn't break the contract and gave both classes ice cream. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Giselle Castro. Ninth grade. This year we were joined by Landon Frenier,
There are two kinds of people, professional welders and professional grinders.
Sean McKinney,
What's up, brother?
Hannah Rabideau,
The mirrors of your mind can reflect the best of yourself, not the worst of someone else.
Due to COVID this year was quite different for all of us. We wore masks in school till March and did classes with a hybrid schedule, alternating between being at school and being online on alternating weeks. Some of us did school online for the year. Any chance Samantha got, she would always mention her favorite actor, Dylan O'Brien. She even painted him in art. After Mrs. Brendel taught the French class song and dance, Taylor and Shallow did the dance all weekend. Evan, Tess, Katie, and Sam all did What Makes You Beautiful on Just Dance, and they killed it. Alexia was part of the backstage crew for the Drama Club's December production. The show was performed in the double classroom on Zoom and required each crew member to hold the stage lighting for each scene. Izzy fell asleep in English class, and Mrs. Fall often had to wake her up. Yasmin decided to race people in the gym sockless before basketball practice started. She took one step and fell face first on the ground and couldn't stop laughing. Landon had never played school basketball until this year. He did not score any points all season until the last game. This game was a tie until Landon scored 6 points, giving the team the win. After watching all the Karate Kid movies and the show Cobra Kai, Audrey and Cassidy became particularly inspired. They choreographed their own fight scene, where they would fake punch, kick, slap each other. Audrey and Cassidy fake fought so much that they benched during the basketball game. Miss Weiss was confused as to why Julia was wearing a hat in class. Miss Weiss had informed the class they'd be watching the musical Newsy after the spring break. Julia had watched the production and loved it so much that her grandparents had purchased her a Newsy-style hat, so she was wearing it for the occasion. There was a huge grin on Miss Weiss's face, obvious even though the mask, which we were still wearing at the time due to COVID. Cassidy, Audrey, and Ava created a group chat called The Boys, inspired by the book Lord of the Flies, read in English. Ava was Ralph, Audrey was Jack, and Cassidy was Piggy. The girls had conversations and talked with the perspective of their character. There were lots of arguing and fighting. They utilized the conch emoji often to call assemblies. Shallow tried at least a week to bribe Miss Mayhew with a Dunkin' gift card to take us outside for class once the weather was nice. During track season, Ava won every race. Yasmin, Shiloh, Haley, and Julia created a horror skit for French. When they watched some of the videos, they all laughed because half of the videos has been recorded in slow motion, and sometimes the camera was facing the opposite way. The girls had no idea. Sam, Gabby, Lexi, Dylan, and Jordan played the digital game Among Us during every lunch. Lexi got voted off the spaceship at least once every day for no reason. Gabby was the best door closer and Dylan the best imposter. Jordan accidentally unmuted on our Google Meet math class and started to sing. He was also known to wear a different hat to our Google Meets almost every day. Lexi dropped a rock in her Chromebook during the lab while trying to show Sean, who was remote at the time, the rock for the lab. When she dropped the rock, it broke her mic. For French, Mrs. Brandel had the class produce a skit about their dream vacation. Audrey and Ava made a spin-off of The Bachelor with Audrey's cat playing The Bachelor. During remote learning, Avery noticed Evan had a pink fluffy pen. When Avery asked about it, Evan said the pen's name was Naya. Evan decided to hit a bouncy ball with Naya, breaking the pen in half. Avery told him to use pretty tape to fix it. 2 hours later, Evan texted Avery to say Naya was successfully resurrected. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Chase Dickerson.
10th grade. This year we were joined by Raina Boone,
Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory.
Giselle Castro,
I have made no money. I am as poor now as I ever was in my life, except in hope, which is by no means bankable.
In living environment, we learned about the phases of the cell cycle. We used the abbreviation IPMATC to remember each of the phases. One day, Cassidy gave Jordan an IPMATC tattoo on his knuckles with a Sharpie so that he would remember the phases. Zamir ironed his clothes in the hotel room at States for soccer. Dylan found this particularly funny and the most random thing to see Zamir doing. Landon beat Julia in chess and felt extremely triumphant. During winter weekend, there was an activity night on the pond at school. Zamir was on the ice without skates, chasing Dylan trying to get a ball. Dylan stopped abruptly. Zamir kept sliding, fell, and ended up with a busted lip and a concussion. One day after swim class, Evan couldn't get his swimsuit off. Jordan had to help him. But when they finally pulled the swimsuit off, Jordan got a bare butt in his face. On Sean's birthday, Taylor, Sean, Raina, Peyton, and Avery hung out at Taylor's house. They ate cheesecake, and Avery squeezed himself into a little Tyke's car. When watching The Lion King in English, we assigned each person a character. Chase was Ed, the silly hyena. Zamir put on his Spider-Man mask and went around school saving everyone in their need of help, swinging in any time there was danger afoot. During the 6-minute break before geometry class each day, Sam, Raina, Julia, and Miss Garrow would discuss the movies they wanted to see. Zamir happened to forget to do his homework in his vocab book, so he conjured a plan with Chase and Caden. Chase would sit across from Zamir to use his answers while Caden would cause a distraction. When Mr. Fran Patno, the sub, checked the homework, Caden fell off of his yoga chair ball, taking the desk with him. As Zamir chucked Chase's vocab book to him, somehow they all lived to tell the tale. In spring, we got to meet Dr. Vladimir Monk after seeing Return to Auschwitz at Strand Theater. On fun day, Haley and Yasmin sumo wrestled each other. Sally and Zamir also did, but they collided so hard, they sent Sally flying. After the biology regents, Evan, Jordan, and Tess hung out at Evan's. Jordan accidentally took Evan's TV remote. Evan messaged everyone asking if anyone knew where his remote was. Jordan had to drive back to Evan's and return it. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Caden Columbus.
Jordan Juno left our class. This year we were joined by Isaac Merrill.
Life is too short not to live it fully and go through something dumb.
Tess, Audrey, Sam, Cassidy, Ava, Lexi, and Shiloh went to the state Final Four for soccer for the first time in many years. Julia wrote and directed a student-directed play with Drama Club. Evan started a trend where he would put clips on people's clothes and it would stay there until they noticed. It was dubbed clipping. One day, Evan made the ultimate clip by clipping Mr. Osborne's coat. Zamir decided to try to drift on the road during a snowstorm. Suddenly, he went off the road. He and Evan needed to wait for someone's help to come get the car out of the snowbank. In Mr. Devon's class, Giselle created a story called Kings and Crowns. She drew Luke and Mr. Devon's fighting each other for the crown. I will now turn the reading over to my friend and classmate, Taylor Lewis.
Twelfth grade. Jordan Juno rejoined our class this year. On the bus ride back after the varsity boys soccer team won their regional finals game, Evan and Zamir shared a blanket while napping. Evan tried to sneak out a fart, but unbeknownst to Evan, Zamir's head was under the blanket. Zamir started freaking out and ran towards the front of the bus to get some fresh air. The fart contaminated the whole bus, and all the windows had to be opened. Evan, Dylan, Zamir, Landon, Jordan, Isaac, and Chase helped the boys soccer team win its 10th state championship this year. One day, as Giselle and Hannah were walking down the hallway, Mr. McAuliffe went up to them and said, "I know this is random, but every time I see you two, you are always together." One day, Miss Brown was out, and the CAP class was tasked with reading and interpreting a poem. So Dylan took charge and announced that he was becoming one with the poem. The next day, when Miss Brown checked their notes, the class was told they interpreted the poem completely wrong. Our senior play was What Happened After Once Upon a Time. We enjoyed dinner at Texas Roadhouse after our final rehearsal and a post-production party at Champy's Fun Zone, followed by dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings. Avery resupplied juice and milk from the cafeteria in the lounge fridge every day this year. Abby went to open the classroom door at CV Tech. Her teacher and another student scared her, making Abby scream. After, everyone had a good laugh about it. Hannah was often heard playing the piano before drama club shows. Landon played the SpongeBob theme on his guitar over 20 times in one period. Chance got on Landon's mini bike in the sand pit and broke the chain going down the hill. After a long time trying to fix it, Landon had to be towed home by Chance on his four-wheeler. Audrey's new car ran out of gas on the way back to school from New Visions, leaving her and Tess stranded on the highway. Evan and Caden came to the rescue and brought them gas. Whenever Hannah and Giselle would eat gummies, Hannah would put them in order by color and talk to herself while eating them. During one performance of Robin Hood, Taylor and Raina's foam swords broke during their onstage fight. Raina was laughing so hard she started to cry, and that made Taylor want to laugh. Luckily, they made it through the scene. The hall smelled like a movie theater this year from Sean and Avery making popcorn almost every day in lounge. One day, after coming back from New Visions, Audrey parked next to Evan. She swung her car door open a little too hard and dented his car just a bit. One day, Miss Brown tried to encourage Chance to make progress on his assignment by tapping on his computer and asking him to type. Chance did. He typed, type, 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 every time Miss Brown came to check on him. Miss Ringer dressed like Chance during Spirit Week, complete with a mullet wig. Every study hall, Dylan, Evan, Zamir, Isaac, and Caden always played ping pong in the library. Zamir and Caden always had the best and longest games imaginable. This concludes the history of the class of 2024. Our class has decided to add an additional section to our classroom. We've collected a series of fun videos of our class over the years. We combined our clips together to make one short film we'd like to share with everyone. Enjoy.
But her breath is like I know how to boom. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star.
Big guy.
Yes, sir. I love you. Read stuff there.
I've done that.
Your line got red. It's not. Don't say that, April. Okay.
Classmates, come and gather here as we look into the sphere. We shall look into the ball that holds the future of us all. It tells us what we are to be, so listen while we look and see.
There once was a student named Tess who dreamed of traveling the world with finesse. In a place warm and rich, she'll explore without a hitch. In bed by 8 p.m., her future's a success.
Avery's big dream is to own an HVAC business, widely known, fixing furnaces with care. Employees everywhere, North Country's finest proudly shown.
There once was a student named Raina who planned to move far from Chazy. Hooray now! Studying criminology is her goal. Investigating crime, she'll play the role. Exciting adventures await her each day now. In a veterinary office bright, Gabby works with all her might. Helping animals big and small, she tends to each creature's call. Gabby's future is looking quite right.
There once was a senior named Abby, whose dreams were incredibly savvy. She fixed cars with such ease, and put minds at great ease. Mechanic extraordinaire, never crabby.
There once was a student named Shiloh, whose spelling was quite a big no-go. But with determination and might, she studied day and night. To teach her own kids, she's a pro.
In the future, Giselle will thrive. Finishing college, she'll soon arrive. As a psychologist in the making, helping others, she'll be breathtaking. Happily living with dogs, Giselle will strive.
Lexi is a girl so fair, determined to tan with great care. On the beach by her lake, her future plans she'll make, dreaming of a retreat with flair.
In the future, our Caden will be bold, a state trooper with stories untold. With a loving wife by his side, in a cozy house they'll reside. Protecting and serving, Caden's role will unfold.
There once was a student named Chase who dreamt of joining the state trooper race. With a nice house to unwind, dogs and cats so kind. In the future, Chase finds his right place.
There once was a student named Evan who dreamed of helping those in Houston to be Revin. As a physical therapist he'd be. For the Rockets, just wait and see. With hard work and passion, his life will be heaven.
There once was a student named Zamir, with big dreams as a basketball player with no fear. Skills like Zion Williamson so fine, on the court he aimed to shine. To fame and success, Zamir steers.
There once was a welder named Landon, nominated for skills so outstanding. world's best 10 years in a row, with plans for his business to grow, and a furry friend his cat so demanded.
In the future, Sam's plans to apply physical therapy, oh my, to fix up those injuries with expertise and efficiencies. Sam's clients will surely be spry.
There once was a girl named Alexia whose love for cats was no phobia. She had a grand plan to own cats, as many as she can. Her future as a cat lady, euphoria.
In a yacht, Jordan set sail, a millionaire without fail. Dreaming big, future plans grand, billionaire life in command, success in hand without travail.
Audrey is writing her own story, dreaming of engineering with glory. In Florida she'll reside, with Greg and Radley by her side. With success and riches, she's not sorry.
In art therapy, Yasmin shines. With colors and brushes she finds, creating masterpieces fine. And at the gym, she unwinds, in her own world of artistic minds.
In a hammock by the sea she'll lay. Taylor dreams of post-graduation play. Books, cats, and chocolate in sight. Her future looks oh so bright. Traveling, learning, living life her own way.
Julia's always had a future so bright, with dreams of a movie that will take flight. She'll write, direct, and produce with glee, starring actors everyone will want to see. Julia's blockbuster will be a beautiful sight.
In the future, Chance has big dreams to behold. Married and settled in a house, a story to be told. Starting a family that's pure, owning a nice truck, that's for sure. Partnering with heavy equipment, watches the plans unfold.
There once was a student named Dylan, dreamed of running a team that's thrilling. For a college or professional group, general manager, his goal in the loop. Perhaps the Warriors, his dream fulfilling.
Ava dreams of a life so grand, with Michael B. Jordan hand in hand. In a LA mansion they'll reside, love and joy as they confide, a future together the best in the land.
There once was a student named Peyton, dreamed of automotive and aerospace creation, painting planes with precision, settled down, living a life of full provision. In a garage, building dreams, her lifelong mission.
After 12th grade, she likes to recall hanging with friends and having a ball. Same group since the past, fun times that will last, future plans with them all, standing tall.
Isaac, a future mechanic so bright, fixes engines from morning till night. With wrench in his hand, he'll fix every jam, making cars run perfectly right.
In a cozy home, Hannah does stay, working hard every single day. Building a future so bright, her goals always in sight. Success is just a step away.
There once was a teacher named Haley. In North Carolina, she taught daily, teaching young minds with glee. By the beach, she felt free, a dedicated educator daily.
Robbie, a future lawyer so grand, presents his cases in a cool, fresh new brand. Like a style with a DJ, he'll win every foray, success in the courtroom, his skills on demand.
There once was a student named Cassidy, dreamed of teaching with lots of glee. Wearing earrings cute and fun, classroom decor that always stuns. Elementary kids she'll inspire, you'll see.
Izzy, a radiologist so bright, traveling the world, such a sight, picking up strays as she goes, driving her mother to woes. Into a cat lady, turn she just might.
Now that we've told you what the future will bring, let's hope that we've covered most everything. The ball is getting darker now, nothing seems clear anymore. Maybe next year's class will have a surprise in store. Now everything has left our view, we hope our predictions will all come true.
To the President, we present this gavel so you can lead the class with authority and respect.
To the Vice President, we present the Constitution so you may uphold the bylaws of Chazy Central Rural School.
To the Secretary, we give the ledger to record the important notes of your senior year.
To the treasurer, we present the coffer to collect funds to finance your senior year.
Thank you, officers. It's pretty bittersweet to think that next year, the class of 2024 will be out achieving greater things instead of being here with us. This September, when my class steps back into the school, this time as the new seniors, we'll do our absolute best to take the place as the oldest students in the school. We'll continue to learn from your achievements and your mistakes and uphold all of those principles you've taught us over the past 5 years. We'll attempt to carry on your legacy of making a positive impact on the younger grades before it is our turn to sit on the stage and hear an underclassman talk about us. So just know, seniors, that you've left us some pretty big shoes to fill. But this speech isn't about us. There's a cycle that happens every year that I think is a wonderful thing to get to see. Around this time, geese flock to our pond. They're loud and smelly and make it so tempting to stare out the window and watch them during class. But in sort of a strange way, they're a good representation of the community at our school. Did you know that if a goose gets sick or injured, other geese will stay with it and protect it until it can heal and fly again? It'd be very easy for them to continue on with the rest of the flock and ignore the troubled one, but they won't. Like the flock of geese, seniors haven't done that to us either. Thank you for standing with us throughout all of the tough times this year. Your support when we are at our lowest means the absolute world to us. We know times were tough on everyone, but sticking together as a flock made it easier. The kindness in your class truly showed, and it made a difference in helping us push forward. Thank you for always being mentors to us. From the moment we stepped foot into the junior, senior high school in 7th grade, you welcomed us with open arms and took us under your wings, giving us directions to our classes, insider details on teachers and their classes and how to do well in them, and tips and assignments that every student at Chazy does at some point, like Mr. Cross's read and reacts. But you didn't just give us advice for school. You taught us so much more than that, and probably without even meaning to. You taught us how to navigate friendships, even when we probably weren't acting the most reasonable. And you taught us about learning to conduct ourselves, both in and outside school, although that may still be something we struggle with a bit. And though you're only a year older than us, you always seem so much more mature, like people we could look up to, who would lead us by example. It's sad to say that these halls will never quite be the same after you are gone. Though it will still be as crowded next year as it always is, there's no doubt that there will be a certain emptiness to them without your presence and that hard to define but very special sense of humor that you bring to every situation. Our halls won't be the only thing experiencing a loss though, as your contributions to our extracurriculars will be missed too. Many of you participate in activities such as Eagle Buddies, Student Council, and Model UN, just to name a few. Your artistic, acting, and musical talents have been extremely valuable assets to our school that we are sad to see go. Of course, I couldn't give a speech about this class without mentioning the pure talent and dedication you showed to our sports teams, especially soccer. Each and every one of you seniors have made an impact on our school and our community that we will miss. Chazy is an interesting school. When people talk about it, they often talk about the many traditions we have, this ceremony being one of them, and the quality of education. But more than anything, we're known for our close community. That's something about our little school that I hope you never ever forget. The time you spent as you grew up with everyone can never be undone or forgotten. So as you take these next steps in life, please never forget the family you built here. Whether it's months or years down the line, you will always have people here that you can fall back on. So as life gets more complicated and difficult out in the real world, if you ever get separated from your new flock, find comfort in knowing that there's still another one here waiting for you.
Class day is about memories and the time we spent together as a class. So when chosen by my classmates to give today's speech, I started to skim through my years of school, looking for a piece of inspiration. I remembered our last day of 5th grade. Ms. Lemaire read us, "Oh, the places you'll go." I remember being sad when she read it because we were going to be leaving the elementary school soon and moving on to middle school. The feelings aren't actually too different from what we're going through now as we're about to leave high school. The book encapsulates so much of what we're feeling. Our anxiousness and nervousness about the future, our timidness about leaving the place that we've called home for so long, and the sadness we feel because we're leaving the people we've called family and friends for so long. And so, I'm going to share with all of you some moments from all the places you go. It starts, "Congratulations, today is your day, you're off to great places, you're off and away." Today is the class of 2024's day. We've relived the memories we've made and the time we spent together for the last 13 years. We are no longer going to see each other every day in homeroom and in English class and during lunch. We will no longer say, "See you tomorrow," or "See you at practice." In a few days, we'll be on the stage again, not reminiscing, but receiving our diplomas. We will no longer be students, but alumni. But that's the reason for today, to remember all those times something funny happened in math class, or when we played ping pong together in the library. Today we celebrate these memories. I think all my classmates can agree that today came way too fast. I remember sitting in this auditorium, watching my first class day as a 6th grader thinking, it'll take ages until it's my turn. And now here I am, saying how fast that it all went by. So to all the underclassmen, make the most of your time together, because before you know it, soon it will be your day, and you'll be standing here too. Oftentimes, we wish the weekdays away for the weekend. And once it's the weekend, Saturday flies by and it's already Sunday. And now we're dreading Monday and wishing the week away again. If I've learned anything from this year, it's that not every day is guaranteed. So, enjoy the Mondays with your classmates and friends. Savor and be grateful for the time that you have with them. So we continue with Dr. Seuss, who reminds us that you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction that you choose. Our last 13 years of school and our last 18 years of life have prepared us, not just to go to college and keep learning, but how to go out on our own. And it may not feel like it, but we're ready. In their own ways, all of our teachers and families have prepared us to leave Chazy and embark on our own journeys. Our parents, families, and teachers believed in our futures and encouraged us. Without them, we wouldn't be here today celebrating. Since kindergarten, our teachers have spent lots of extra hours helping us understand new concepts, reviewing, and helping us pass all those super important tests. We are grateful for each of them. And our parents and families, we remember all those times you stayed awake into the late hours of the night, helping us study for the test that's tomorrow, but we've known about it for weeks. You've invested in our education and our lives. This is why we get to celebrate today and hold our diplomas, smiling for the camera, at the end of June. Because the truth is, none of us have done it alone. Dr. Seuss continues, you're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guide who'll decide where you'll go. Thinking about leaving the place we've called home for so long is frightening. We've grown up here. Chazy is pretty much all that most of us know. We've grown up here. Our community has always had our backs, cheering for us at sports games, supporting our events and fundraisers, and providing us fun days that give us much-needed breaks, like Winter Weekend and Eagle Mania. Leaving that kind of support behind is daunting. But, as Taylor Swift once said, the scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now. And that's the way that we have to look at it. Our future is in our hands. We can go whichever direction that we want, and that's exciting. But wherever we do end up, we'll never forget where we came from. We won't forget all the memories that we have together, and the time that we spent here at Chazy. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. So, wherever we do end up in the future, though it will look different for everyone, I can say with confidence, we will all find success with time and patience. Sometimes, when we try new things and go to new places, we might not like where we end up. The college or job we do next might not be all that we think it will be. It might not be the right fit. That's okay. For the underclassmen, sometimes, each of you might not like the grades that you're getting, or how you're playing on the field or court, or the choices you're making for yourself. But we've all made plenty of mistakes. It's what makes us human. It's how we adapt after making mistakes that makes us truly who we all are. We know what we know from the mistakes that we've made, so success will come for each of us. So, wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll top all the rest. Now that our time together at Chazy has elapsed, we're going to miss all the family and friends that we made, and the unrelenting support of the school, the community, and the teachers who have been there for us day in and day out. But we're now ready to continue on our journey, wherever that takes us. Our time here has taught us what it means to be a student, a friend, and a classmate, but most importantly, to be a family. Even though we're all going our separate ways, and regardless of the distance between us, we're all just one text away. In the words of Troy Bolton, Chazy is having friends we'll keep for the rest of our lives, and that means we really are all in this together. When we leave here, everything we've built doesn't just disappear. For example, our best friends that we made in school can still be our best friends, though the relationships might just look a little bit different. In this way, our time at Chazy has built the foundation for our lives, and that isn't something that just goes away. It will stick with us forever. So, as Seuss said, kid, you'll move mountains. So be your name Bobom, or Bixby, or Bray, or Mordecai, Ali, Van Allen, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way.
let no one break your heart, and no one will desert you. Just try to never grow up. Never grow up. You're in the car on the way to the movies and you're mortified. Your mom's dropping you off. At 14, there's just so much you can't do, and you can't wait to move out someday and call your own shots. But don't make her drive you up around the block. Remember that she's getting older too, and don't lose the way that you dance around in your PJs, getting ready for school. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up. It could stay this simple. No one's ever burned you, nothing's ever left you scarred. And even though you want to, just try to never grow up. Take pictures in your mind of your childhood room. Memorize what it sounded like when your dad gets home. Remember the footsteps, remember the words said, and all your little brother's favorite songs. I just realized everything I have is someday gonna be gone. So here I am in my new apartment in a big city. They just dropped me off. It's so much colder than I thought it would be, so I tucked myself in and turned my nightlight on. Wish I'd never grown up. Wish I'd never grown up. Oh, I don't wanna grow up. Wish I'd never grown up. I can still be little. Oh, I don't wanna grow up. Wish I'd never grown up. It can still be simple. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Can stay this simple. Won't let nobody hurt you. Won't let no one break your heart. And even though you want to, please try to never go. Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile, but then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. Hey, but you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway.
satisfied by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
Listen me, 'cause I'm right here. Can you listen? 'Cause I've been trying to make you notice what it means to me to feel like somebody. We've been on our way to nowhere, trying so hard to get there. And I say, oh, we're gonna let it show. We're gonna just let go of everything, holding back our dreams and try to make it come alive. Come on, let it shine so they can see we were meant to be somebody, somebody, yeah. Somehow, someday, some way, somebody.
But if you close your eyes, does it always feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it always feel like you and me here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? But we were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your clothes is the dust settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Rain clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness above. But if you close your eyes, does it always feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it always feel like you and me here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this?
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this task and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and their skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
This isn't how the story ends, my friends, it's just a fork along the road. Don't say your prayers, save your revenge. You've come this far, but you're still far from home. Don't say goodbye, just say farewell. Like every line you'll live to tell. Hold your head high like Harry Gilliam. As the night ignites the day, make some memories along the way. Write your song, sing along, love your life. will go and some will stay. Okay, some last the chapters on the page. For some love comes disguised as lust, but you'll find love when you find trust one day. To better than our parents did, imperfect husband, wife and kids. Go try your course and turn it upside down. Go live your life, eyes open wide. Who's to say what's wrong or right? Right? Write your song, sing it along, love your life. Dare to laugh, dare to dance, touch the sky. Take pictures each step of the way. Make this the best of the rest of your days. Start your revolution, and I'll see you at the reunion.
I said, remember this moment in the back of my mind. The time we stood with our shaking hands, the crowds in stands went wild. We were the kings and the queens, and they read off our names. The night you danced like you knew our lives would never be the same. You held your head like a hero on a history book page. It was the end of a decade, but the start of an age. Long live the walls we crashed through, how the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. I said, remember this feeling. I passed the pictures around of all the years that we stood there on the sidelines, wishing for right now. We are the kings and the queens. You traded your baseball cap for a crown when they gave us our trophies, and we held them up for our town. And the cynics were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. 'Cause for a moment a band of thieves in red-up jeans got to rule the world. Long live the walls we crashed through,
Secret bark, a record is kept, of the stories and secrets they have heard and have webbed. Through sun and through rain, through seasons of change, they stand tall, a witness to life's endless reign. But beyond their mere presence, they offer more, a sense of peace and a sense of connection to the natural world and to all that is wild. A reminder that magic and wonder can be found. So when you're lost, when you feel alone, seek out a tree and you'll find your way home. To a place of calm, a place of ease, and a place where your memories can rest at peace. For trees, they are hope, they are grace, a gateway from magic to saving and grace. So take a moment and sit by their side. They'll help you remember and they'll help you find a path back to joy, a path back to light, and a path back to magic and all that is right. In this world of ours, so often mundane, trees, they are hope, they'll never let you go.
Today, we dedicate our elite rhododendron as a symbol of our roots here, in the place many have played together at old and young ages. Like our bush, our class is elite in its own way. We have pushed to accomplish our dreams and get through the challenges of this modern world. Like us, our bush will go through the cycles of hardships we face and are supposed to face for years to come. It will blossom in the time of new beginnings, and it will stay strong and survive the hard winters of life. We dedicate this elite rhododendron as a reminder to classes to come that we made it here, and they can too. The roots hold the morals we thank our parents for instilling in us. All our beliefs, both similar and different. The leaves hold the hopes, dreams, and futures that we thank the teachers for helping us grow. Like the petals on our bush's purple flowers, we must now fall from our bush and find our own path. We thank the community of Chazy for watching over our rhododendron, just as you have watched over us all these years. Our rhododendron is connected to a much larger story than you may expect. Our sister class of 2020 planted their rhododendron for their class day. Sadly, they had their ceremony online and couldn't have this special moment in person. After it was planted, the bush didn't bloom for a whole year, which worried many. They were told to trust the process and let it be. The class of 2020's bush, like our class, has the spirit of the panther. When we were separated in half as a class during hybrid year, our sister class's bush didn't bloom. But when our class came back together as a whole, we blossomed, just as the rhododendron did of our sister class. With the spirit of the purple panther we hold in us as a class, we have shown resilience and strength, not just to survive, but to thrive. Today, as we dedicate our rhododendron, we pass on the spirit of the purple panther, not just from our class, but from all our sister classes, which go back over 100 years. Every day is a new beginning, and we thank each of you for helping the class of 2024 with everything big and small. Last day helps us see our past, but today we end it all with a new beginning, holding old memories and growing new ones in the branches, leaves, and roots of our minds. We welcome this new beginning, and so does our rhododendron. As Taylor read, so when you're lost, when you feel alone, seek out a tree, and you'll find your way home. This is our final message to the future of Chazy. When you need help, come seek out our bush. Our mistakes and accomplishments are held in it. Learn from us, and you will find the heart of the bush that makes of you, your class,